Well, hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Testimony Thursday. If you can write, you can win episode 5. I'm extremely excited today, and I know you are too. So we are back again with another episode, so that you can hear from this individual, at least like you heard from other individuals who's having a phenomenal time just writing and earning thousands of dollars from the comforts of their home. So I want to welcome everyone who's chiming in here on Facebook. We're Facebook Live. We're actually also streaming on YouTube as well as TikTok. So I want to welcome each and every one of you. And once again, my name is Ronette Turner Corley. And before we get started, I want to share a few things just so we can make sure that you understand what's going on. Now, the platform we're going to be talking about, it's a platform where you can write to billion-dollar corporations and get paid. It is available in the United States and Canada, okay? But it does exclude a few areas because it is regulated, okay? But it's not because of the platform. It has everything to do with the fact that these particular states decided not to participate. So if you are in these states, you cannot participate in writing to these companies, unfortunately. And those states are Washington State, Idaho, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, Connecticut, and if you are in Canada, it's the province of Quebec. Okay, everywhere else is fair game. So I want to welcome you so you understand exactly what's going on. In addition to that, we're going to be talking about some money. All right. So we have an income disclaimer there because I want to make sure you understand. It says here, please note that the results mentioned will vary from person to person. Now, your individual success is dependent on your own efforts, consistency, and commitment. So here at the end of the day, if you can write, you can win. But however, everything's going to be dependent upon you because we don't know how consistent you're going to be and how much effort you're going to put in. But just know this. If you can write, you can win. So I'm excited because today on Testimony Thursday, we have Nicholas Nesbitt that I'm going to introduce you here to our show so that he can share his testimony and tell you what type of time he's been having here. Hey there, Nick.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad you can hear me okay. I'm happy to be here.
Good. Happy to have you, man. I've been excited all week about this
Yes.
because I know we have a great testimony. And before we get started, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Nick. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I'm an Air Force vet. I joined when I was 19 years old, and I've been all around the South for the most part. I ended up here in South Carolina, and I separated after 8 years of active duty service in 2022. And I've been a full time entrepreneur, work from home, looking for different opportunities ever since. And
Wow.
that's just a little bit about me. I'm married and I have one daughter, and we're a little happy family here in South Carolina.
Wow, that's excellent. Excellent. So let's just dive right in. You got a chance to see this. When did you actually get a chance to see this platform?
So I got introduced at the tail end of 2023, or it was at the very
Oh,
beginning of 2024. I was like one of the very first people that got introduced to it. So
wow.
I've been involved for over a year now. I hit my year anniversary last month.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, that was at the very beginning
Oh yeah.
where most people, and still today, I mean, the whole purpose of this, this interview and this, what I do every week, this show is to bring awareness to what's going on because
Mhm.
most people still don't know that they can get paid by writing these letters, right?
It's crazy. It's
It's
crazy. The
crazy.
opportunity is amazing.
Yes. Yes. Now, who introduced you? How did you get a chance to hear about it?
I actually got it. The beautiful thing about networking is that people will share an opportunity in a heartbeat. And this was a friend of mine. Her name is Tara, and we
Mhm.
were in a crypto project together back in 2022, 23. And she came to me and she said, "Hey, I want you to hop on and check out this letter program." And I'm like, "What? There's no way that that is a real thing." And since I was one of the very first people to do it, there wasn't really a whole lot to fall back on, and all we had was faith. And so, but she introduced me. I jumped in all the way and fully committed. And now, a year later, it was one of the best decisions I could have made in 2024 for sure.
Wow. Wow. Nice.
Hmm.
Nice. Really, really nice.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, when you first saw it, what was your take on it? I mean, writing letters from home, making thousands of dollars. I mean, what was going through your mind?
It was definitely one of those, "Oh man, this is too good to be true" type of things. I know you probably heard that a lot.
Yes.
And I happened to be listening to the program when we were on a drive home from Costco out here. And when we went to Costco, we had the whole family in the car. And so my wife, my mom, my daughter, everyone's listening to it, and they're giving me this look like, "What the heck are you listening to?" And so I said, "I don't know. I'm listening to it for the very first time with you guys." So I didn't really know what to expect. Um, like I said, there's a lot of history with this, but not a whole lot of history that I'd been exposed to.
Hmm.
So I was just kind of going in fresh and going in on faith, and it was, like I said, one of the best decisions that I could have made.
Yeah, going in on faith. That's
Mhm.
good. That's good. Because a lot of times people hesitate, right? Should I
Mhm.
do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? And I mean, I'm just going to put it out there. When it comes to, getting involved, there is a small, enrollment to get involved, very small. I mean,
Mhm.
with that being said, some people like, should I? And the price to get involved or and to get this particular course, most people do that. I mean, you can blow that in a weekend, right?
Easily. Easily.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, congratulations to you, because I've seen some people that that kind of stops them, and it's kind of like, look, let's just see where this goes, because what if it works? And obviously it has for you.
Yeah, and what I'll say is that the cost to get started is peanuts in
Right,
comparison to the reward that I've received on the other side of the hill by just going in and going off of faith. Because now, I mean, we are making a significant amount. You get, think about it like this: $5 for each one that you send. So you
right,
just do the math. I'm
right,
thinking, even before I got started with it, I'm like, okay, well, that's just X amount of letters to cover that
right,
cost, and then everything after that is just pure profit. So I'm
right.
doing all kind of math in my head, thinking how we can do this, and
Yes.
it's paid off a hundredfold, easily,
Wow.
easily.
Nice.
Mhm.
Now, before we get, we talk about these letters. I know when I first started, I thought 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gents, it's a 4 by 6 card that you literally write on one side, two sentences, your name and a code that's generated, and you put that on here and it goes off, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking at
yeah,
first when they said we're writing these letters, I'm thinking back in the old days. I'm getting a little ink jar with the pen with the feather on it. I'll be sitting there writing on this big old sheet of paper all day. I'm like, man, how many of those am I gonna have to do? And it
right,
turns out it's just a
right.
couple sentences on a little index card.
Wow. Wow. Now, did you create a system for you? Because I know some people say, okay, well, I write a little bit in the morning, a little bit at evening, or people have created all these different personal systems that work for them. There's no one set rule. You do what works for you around your lifestyle. How's that work for you?
For me, it's been really beneficial. It kind of helps motivate me in the morning. I get up and I will write for about an hour. My
Okay.
daughter and my wife, they get ready for school and they go off to school. By the time my wife gets back, I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want. And then I try and squeeze in another hour throughout the
Okay.
day. So I can accomplish 10 in an hour,
Yeah.
if I'm being consistent. And so 20 a day is my goal, and then 20 for my wife as well. And that
Okay.
gets us a combined household of 40 a day. then when you do the math on that, it's around $6,000 a month, and that's just for 2 hours each
Wow.
work per day.
And like you said, 2 hours of work, and that's in addition. That's
Oh
what
yeah.
I love about it. $6,000 a month, a lot of times that's someone's working full-time job income. You're
Hmm.
talking in addition to whatever else you're doing.
That's right.
You
Yep, you
can't,
can.
my
There's so
husband and
much
I,
flexibility because, like I said,
yes,
I've got an hour that I start in the morning. The
right,
rest of the day is mine to do whatever I want. And then, even if I have to crunch it at the very end of the day,
right.
I'll make sure I get in my second hour. But literally, you can, if you were working a full 9 to 5 job, you can wake up before you go and then finish another hour when you get home. You could do it while you got your lunch break. You could do it
That's
during a
right.
break at work, or for
That's
people
right.
who work from home, hey, do that on the side. I know plenty of people that do stuff on the side working
That's
from home.
right. That's
So,
right. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. It's so amazing because there's a lot of things you can do with it. I'm writing and my husband's writing too. I work on doing 25 a day,
Okay.
which turns out to be 3,500. But I always tell people that's just me,
Hmm.
And then some people I've seen who are single say, well, I don't have the better half there, so I'm going to double up on it. It's whatever you like, right? That's what I love
Exactly.
about it. The thing with me that I really like is now I don't watch TV for free anymore.
Right.
I turn my TV time to profit time because I'm just like writing while I'm watching. And it has changed everything when it comes to that. My whole new meaning of watching TV now is totally different.
Big time, big time. Yeah.
Yes.
So you love to get paid for watching TV. I'm a huge, huge traveler. We actually just got, it was my wife's birthday
Yes.
last week or week before last. We just got back from a trip to the Bahamas. We did a cruise down there. And so while I'm driving down to the port of Miami, my wife, guess what she's doing in the passenger seat while we're driving down? She's paying for the gas, right? By writing some letters, and then on the balcony when we're on the cruise, there's just so many
Wow.
opportunities to make money and enjoy your life at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still, I know you're a year into it now. So does it feel like, because we've been involved a little bit over 60 days. And for me, it's still like unreal. Like, hmm, only
Yeah.
because of the fact that I'm like, I'm writing and getting paid. When
Yeah.
have I ever been able to put that pen to work and turn it over into profit? And let's talk about this because maybe you can shed some light on that because we know there's a ramp up time,
Hmm.
right? So I've had, several people on here talk about their experience with that. And it's going to take some patience because in the beginning, you're building what I like to call your pipeline or priming the pump, right? And we see anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks before you start getting paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid,
You're right.
provided you continue to write. What was that like for you? How long did it take you? When did you start? And when did you actually receive your first deposit of coins?
Oh no, oh boy. So this is it's real interesting because like I mentioned, we got started in the very, very beginning. And
Yeah.
so there wasn't really a whole lot of social proof within our community of people. And
Hmm.
everybody is just kind of sitting on edge, like, is this thing gonna happen? What's going on? And so we got started around, I want to say early to mid-January of
Hmm.
last year. And for us, we noticed that it did take closer to the 11th week.
Okay.
And boy, let me tell you, when that first drop hits, it is just like, whoa, this is real. And then the funny part is you're writing, but you're kind of hesitating at the same time when you first get
Right.
started. But once that first initial one hits, then you ramp it up and you're just writing like crazy. And you're like, man, I need to write more. I need to write more to continuously fill up that pipeline. So you are kind of teetering a little bit, waiting like, oh man, is it really going to
Yes.
happen? And now it's just so, second nature. I don't even think about it anymore because we've got
Hmm.
so much going in. And I'm seeing as the new folks come on and, we've got a little private community and I see
Right.
people asking questions. I'm like, don't even worry about it. It's going to come. You just got to have a little bit of patience and trust
Right.
me. It will hit.
Right.
It will hit.
Right. And that's why I love talking to people like yourself who are the what I like to call the trailblazers
Yeah.
because it was because of what you did. Really the only one who had proof was the founder,
Right.
right?
Yep.
So you stepping out there on faith, and now all the social proof we have that basically anyone can get started today and know, okay, it's coming. I like, I always say everybody can't be lying.
Right.
Right? Because that would be too many people lying at the same time. It's
Exactly.
so much proof, especially when you come into the community of 18,000 people and growing who are all sharing. Hey, and just to let the audience know, a drop means a deposit. Okay, it's a deposit.
Mhm.
And so just all the proof that's around and available gives one the confidence, because we haven't even thought about, I've had some people to say, well, not to us. That's what's interesting. I've never had someone say that before, but I've had some people on, because once again, with the letter writing, you don't have to share, but there's a benefit if you choose to.
Mhm.
So we've decided to share because we want to be able to help a lot of people realize this cash flow. It's pretty much, I won't even say free, but it's the easiest thing I've seen to generate some cash flow. And so with that being said, I've seen some people tell, some members of our group, I'll wait to see what's going to happen for you. I'm like, send them all these tests. There's too many testimonies out there for someone to say that,
Right.
right? It's
Mhm.
a ton of them, a ton of them.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what was your take on when did you start to share um, and start build a team or
Yeah.
yeah,
So for me, since I'm like a full-time entrepreneur,
yeah,
I couldn't shut up about it when I first got my initial, and you see all these people just sharing, 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 and it just allowed the doors to wide open, just wide open. So as soon as those initial deposits start to hit, I just started screaming it from the mountaintop, and we've helped so many families. I mean,
wow,
this is really a blessing because, like you
yeah,
said, this is something that you don't have to share. My
right,
wife, for example, she was a traditional, 9 to 5 type of person. She's a school teacher,
hmm,
and we were able to bring her home with this opportunity.
nice, yeah,
Yeah, so she doesn't do that anymore. She's a full-time homemaker, and she just wakes up, does her letters, drops off our daughter, and that's a testimony in and itself.
yes,
She was going to work every single day and not making a whole bunch for all the work that she's doing with these kids. And I'm like, hey, we don't have to do that anymore. So that's just even more fuel to the fire that allowed me to go out there and share it with as many people as possible.
that right there is life changing.
Hmm.
It really is. And I tell people all the time, don't take this lightly, because when some people are like, oh, you just letter writing. No, it's bigger than that. Don't take what we're doing with the activity, because the other thing that I love about it is the fact that this platform has been around a year, like you said, but
Hmm.
this has been around for a couple of decades.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That gives me the confidence in knowing that, hey, we got some, it's almost like it reminds me of the modern, it's like a modern day gold rush. I'm like telling people, hey, the gold's over here. The gold's over here. Come get your shovel, right?
Right.
Yeah.
X marks the spot.
Yes, absolutely. So it's just about bringing that awareness. And
Hmm.
I love that. And that is a big testimony with your wife. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been, and it's not like we haven't been searching. There's a whole bunch of opportunities. I'll tell you like this: I lost a whole bunch of money back in 2022 with just different stuff that didn't
Yep.
work out in our favor. Some
Right.
stuff did, but a lot of
Right.
stuff didn't. And this has been the one consistent thing for the
Hmm.
most part. So
Hmm.
I really value that a bunch, and
Hmm.
that's why it enables me to share it so easily with others.
Right.
There's too many
Absolutely.
people winning. Too many people winning.
Too many people winning. Let me ask you this, because I know also that for our platform, we have a number of digital products. And one of the things that's coming soon is intro to crypto.
Mhm.
And you're that guy, that has studied crypto. And I know we're both, crypto enthusiasts. And
Yes.
so one of the things that I really got excited about this too is there's a number of people out there, maybe you can talk about that, that would love to get in this space and the crypto space. And let's not even talk about the educational part, even when it comes to resources, don't have discretionary funds to be able to put into it to make it worthwhile, right?
Right.
Now they can write their way and be able to do that. Talk
Yeah.
about that.
And it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because there's one of the corporations that we write to,
That's right.
and you can actually get deposits in crypto.
Yes.
So it's like two peas in a pod right there. I love, love, love that we have the ability to earn in crypto. But there's so many people out there that don't even know the very first step when it
Mhm,
comes to cryptocurrency. So
mhm.
you need to have the education
Right.
so you can apply it and know what you're doing. Renette just talked about the gold rush. Literally, I know this letter thing that we have going on, that's a gold rush in itself. But now when you can put additional fuel to the fire with a crypto account and watch
Mhm.
your money just grow and grow and grow over these next, I don't know, however long it's going to continue to run this bull run, there's so much opportunity out there with different crypto projects, but it's important to understand the foundation. It's important to understand the fundamentals,
Right.
understand which projects are good and which ones to stay away from. I'm not going to
Right.
use the S word, but we
Right.
want to stay away from those type of projects. Only, learn how to use tokenomics and understand
Mhm.
the utility behind coins, behind different
Right.
tokens,
Right.
and all that's very, very important.
So important. So
Mhm.
that's another, add on that we have here is the fact that, that learning aspect. So not only can you make the money with the letter writing, now with you teaching the intro to crypto, when that's coming on this platform, now you can take that money and also put it to work and multiply it.
That's
Man,
right.
that is a win-win all the way around.
Big time.
All the way
Especially when the corporations are going to pay you with it. I mean, hey, you
around.
can't beat that with the stick.
Right, right. It's so true. It is so, so, so true. Wow, wow, wow. So your wife was able to come home. Um, any other projects or things you've been able to do as a result of being successful with letter writing?
It's definitely paid for a lot of extra and just discretionary stuff. The trip that we took last summer, we had an amazing, amazing road trip. We were able to take a plane from here. We went to California. We got to visit with some family out there. California, we jumped on a hop over to Hawaii. We were out in Hawaii for a week. I've got videos on my YouTube channel of my wife just sitting there writing on the beach and getting some cool content, writing on the plane, all these different amazing opportunities. When we got back from Hawaii, we took a road trip because this is all during the summertime. So my daughter's out of school, but
Right.
we took a road trip up to Nebraska. We stopped in Chicago. We had some Chicago pizza. It was our first time there, just doing so many fun activities, all while earning from this letter opportunity. And
Yeah.
those are just memories that will stay with me forever, and just amazing things that may not have happened without this letter opportunity. So
Right, right. That's wonderful. And there's a ton
mhm.
of people out there, I'm sure that's feeling the same way, like, wow, what if? I mean, because people start the 2025 or any year, the biggest New Year's resolution is I want to make more money. I gotta
You're
make
right.
more money. And a lot of the times, when people are introduced to things, it may not look the way they expected it, right?
You're right.
Because it's kind of like, okay, writing letters, yes, but it can bring in some serious cash flow that can make a difference in your household. So that's what has us excited.
Big time.
And yeah, yeah. So that is amazing. And I'm just excited. You got me even more fired up. You really do.
Yeah, and the beauty of it is, the don't underestimate the sharing aspect of the opportunity,
Mhm.
because the letter writing aspect of it is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. doing 40 a day, 7 days a week is great. It's going to give you some great income. But on top of that, when you add in the sharing component of it, the opportunity to earn is unlimited. I'll just say that.
Yes, yes. And you know what's really interesting, because when I started to look deep into the comp plan, it can kind of fool you for a minute, right? Because you're
Hmm.
like, okay, yes, I see, there's about four different ways to get paid. But when you start deep dive into this thing, it's like, there's some money here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Don't
some
sleep
money
on it.
here. Don't sleep on it. Yes, and very easy to share. And it's a very fair compensation plan. What I love about the founders, they have really put something here together that's special for the masses of people to win, for the masses of people. And I tell, sometimes I, talk to people who have had tremendous success in direct sales. I'm like, do not let this, you know, fool you, because at the end of the day, if you are leading a big army of people, and we already know, because you've been in that space, we've
Hmm.
been in that space, we've been at the top of the mountain, you
Yep.
already know that, you know, at the end of the day, you got what, 10% that's going to make the big numbers,
Yeah. If that.
and
Yeah.
everyone, if that, and everyone else is clapping.
Hmm.
But now you can really bring something, and I believe that a lot of times it's because it's fearful. Will they like this more than my vitamin shake?
Yeah.
Will they like it's like, look, they can do all of that too.
Yeah.
I tell people, don't stop doing what you're doing. Just get the cash flow coming. You can buy a lot more if you want to, but you can have this coming in, because, like you said, a couple hours a day, you have, excuse me, you have your whole day. I mean, man,
Yeah, and it's so serious to the point where I know people from past opportunities that haven't had success or the success that they've
yes,
wanted,
right,
and they might be in a restricted state, and it's so serious where I've told them, move, go to a state where it's
you're right,
allowed. Like,
you're
it's
right.
that serious of an opportunity because it's not going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, we're just shining more light to the opportunity, and it's just helping everybody out. It's a win-win for everybody.
I know. And I believe that it hasn't even kicked in momentum yet.
Yeah.
It really hasn't, because there is, like I said, a ton of people who are still have not heard about it. But my commitment and is to do this every single week for all of 2025, because it's like, look, eventually you're going to hear about it.
Yes.
Yeah, because it needs to some light, to so people can know that it is available yet, and can have hope, because we still at the beginning of this year.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I
Still
tell
at the
people
beginning.
because you know that you have to fill that pipeline anyways. So
Yes.
if you want to have a good third and fourth quarter of the year, that's getting right around to the holiday time. You want to have that pipeline full, 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 full. So that way you're not stressing about it. Because the more and more that you delay and the more and more that you hesitate, the
Yes.
more and more mm, regret, I'll say, that you'll have later and saying, man, I should have started earlier.
I've talked to many people. I think, wow, I believe either the last one episode I did, or the one, I think it was the last one. And that was what was said. I wish I would have started earlier.
Yep.
And when I just talk to people on and off, I wish I would have started earlier, if there was any hesitation. We started when we saw it, it was like, are you kidding me? you know, and we were like you, we just jumped out on faith. But some people have like, well, I'm just going to watch and see what, and every single time, I wish I would have started earlier.
Yep.
So you're absolutely right. Absolutely
Mhm.
right. Well, I
Yep.
tell you, what I would say, what advice would you tell someone that's seeing this for the first time, on the fence, thinking about if it's something for them or not? What what would you say?
If you're seeing this for the very first time and you're struggling, or you might not have had a whole bunch of luck in the past with different opportunities, I would just tell you that this is completely different from everything that you've ever been shown.
Mhm.
Don't wait, don't wait, because like we just literally talked about, you will say, man, I wish I would have started sooner. There's way too much what I like to call social proof
Mhm.
um, to have any reason of doubt.
Mhm.
Um, we've I've already gone through the fire and the waiting and the fear of, oh, is this a real thing or not, or is it going to happen? Is the money going to be there? Whatnot. There's literally thousands and thousands of people who can show you with whatever it is, pictures of their bank account or their social proof inside of our private community, inside of our private Facebook group. Like, this is the real deal. This is legit. We wouldn't be here telling you if it wasn't. So go ahead and just dive in full force like we did. And hey, who knows? 12 weeks from now, you could be getting interviewed here yourself and sharing your story and your testimony.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And like I said, the founders have put something amazing. And you mentioned legit. I mean, they have put it together where they have a legal team and everything. So we know
Yes,
we're on the right track of doing everything right and compliant. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So that is so wonderful. I definitely appreciate you being here and spending this time with me, basically to just let the world know that this is available and sharing your story. I'm sure it's going to resonate with a lot of people because people are looking for a better way.
Hmm.
And the fact that it's been able to do so much for you, and whether someone looking to replace or just be able to have, another stream of income come in, this is definitely that deal that doesn't require anything other than you just putting pen to paper.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
And this is, you just kind of touched on something that reminded me, who is this for? This is for college students. This is for stay-at-home moms. It's really for a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
But I had an accident back in 2017 on a motorcycle, and so I don't have the best of legs. I just put it to you that way. And I got a couple
Mhm.
other little issues. But people that have disabilities out there and can't hold the traditional, 9 to 5, this is perfect for them. It allows you to sit and do it at your own pace at your own time. So that's something else to take into consideration when you're thinking about doing this opportunity.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Wow.
Mm.
Well, this has been a fantastic talk. I appreciate it, and continue to go out and make impact like you're already doing. I know you are doing fantastic out there and sharing it as well. So once again, I appreciate you. If you are on Nick's page, if you're on Nicholas' page, make sure you reach out to him because you just heard his testimony. It's real. He's making it happen. And here's the thing: he's sharing it out of love, because this is another thing I love about what we do. If you don't get started with Nick, it won't stop him from getting paid because he's still writing 20 letters and his wife is too.
Yeah,
Right? So
that's
the
right.
money's still going to come in. If you're on my page, definitely reach out to me. Let's go ahead and get you the link or get you more information if you want to know more information, whatever the case may be, so you can get started. And there are other people out there that's going to be sharing this. If you're on their page, tap in with them. It's all about them sharing because they care. Because once again, it's not dependent on them making money. That's one of the things that really attracted me to this, is the fact that when someone share, they're really sharing because they want you to have this way of income coming in. Absolutely.
Big
So
time. Well,
thank
thank
you
you
so
so much
much,
for
Nick.
having me. I greatly appreciate the opportunity to share my testimony.
Absolutely. I'm still excited. You're going to have me like, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, babe, we got to get the 20 and this. Yes, we're having fun. We're having fun. And I love to see when couples are doing it together too. So thank
Big
you so
time.
much. And thank you for being that trailblazer too, because you're the reason why we're here, because you had to jump out on faith and you know, make it out there. And so you can show everyone else that it's real. And we are a recipient of that. So
Big
thank
time.
you so much. And I look forward to that crypto education and deep diving in that with you as well, and seeing other people get inspired by that.
Absolutely. I can't wait to start sharing that. It's going to be really, really awesome. People are going to love it.
Absolutely. And hopefully we'll have you back on to talk about some more crypto maybe later on.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Well, thank you so much again. Appreciate you.
No problem. You take care.
Okay, you too. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. You got a chance to hear from Nicholas Nesbitt. And let me tell you, if I were you, I would get the link. As you can see, we're so excited. He got a chance to share his story, and his story is amazing. And I'm really excited about what's happening here. And like I said, him being a trailblazer and being one of the first people to jump out there and do it. So that is it for Testimony Thursday. I will be back next week with another testimony. Like I said, committed to doing this every single week on Thursday. Why? Because you need to see what's going on and what's happening. As a matter of fact, coming up at 6 p.m., which is about 20 minutes, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, go back to my Facebook page. I'm going to be doing a full presentation. Okay, so you want to see what's going on? I'm going to do a full presentation. Why? So you can see exactly what this letter writing thing is all about and how you can put yourself in a position to make thousands of dollars from home. That is my time. My name is Ronette Turner Corley, and I look forward to seeing you next week on Testimony Thursday. And in the meantime, happy writing. Bye for now.